Right, good morning, team. Hope you're all well. We're coming in hot today. We're coming in very hot today. We've got a great workout for you. Make sure all our framing looks good. We should be ready to rock and roll. I was thinking about what we were going to do today, and I thought we've done a mixture of stuff. And I thought one thing that we do lack probably on the channel a little bit is some fast stuff. And I know a lot of people love doing minute on, minute off. We all do, short and sharp, small amount of pain, shorter workout, that type of thing. But I thought we'll just touch on it a little bit. We've got to keep looking at how we work on that high rating stuff. Because at the end of the day, if we're going to do anything that requires that speed, that fast twitch fiber, that we've got to work and get right. This is the sort of stuff that we need to do now. Yeah, the classics, people just do 500 on, 500 off, or minute on, minute off, that type of thing, but not a lot of structure to it. Okay, so by doing what we're doing today, we've got a structure which allows us to build up the rating, get a feeling for our stroke, work on the form, get a little bit of pressure on ourselves, okay, by working up the ratings, that through the 24, 26, 28s, and then that really only leaves sort of 6 pieces at quite a high intensity, okay? And I feel like that's a better way to approach trying to work on fast stuff than it is to just hit it from the first one, okay? You can if you want, if that's the way you really enjoy doing things. But with what we're doing here is that we're going to get a good sweat on, the body's going to wake up. And that's one of the big factors that a lot of people don't realize is that as you get fitter, as you get better, it takes a little bit longer for the body to get to its optimal position. Okay, and that's why I talk about, and we've done it on here before, big warm-ups. We did that whole piece on the warm-up stuff before we did some fast stuff. That is all part of getting yourself into the preparation to be able to sort of nail this piece, okay? And what we're trying to nail here is the red stuff, okay? 4 pieces, open rate, boom, okay? Now, the open rate is for you to decide, okay? So if you want to absolutely smash them out, go for it, okay? I'm going to get a good feeling for what I'm trying to achieve, and obviously at the same time, I'm trying to talk to you guys. So I'm not going to be doing 36, 38. I might try it for the last couple, but for you guys, the idea is to look for a rating up here that's something sustainable that you're going to use, okay? There's no point in just going out and just trying to max out your rating if you're never actually going to go there in like your workouts or your goals, like if you're trying to do a 500 or 1,000. The idea is to build up so that last piece there, you're going to get something out of it so that you can go, you know what, I just did 4 pieces. Yeah, sure, they had a minute in between. I did them at 32 to 34 rating, and they were at a good speed. If I could string a couple of those together, maybe the whole lot, as close to that as possible, boom, now I'd smash my 1,000 meter, just something like that, okay? And so that's really what today is about figuring out what that down there looks like for you. And we'll use all of that, those 8 pieces building up to it, to get ourselves ready, to feel how we're doing it, to focus on that flow and technique. We'll use the fatigue that's getting built up. Okay, so by the time we hit that sort of that 30 there, we should be in a really good space, okay? Now, if only a couple of these are good, the first couple, who cares, okay? At least they were good. If you blow up, you blow up. Sweet, okay? We know where you stand. But, as I say, I'm a big fan of making sure we get ourselves into a good position to really be able to focus on 1 or 2 parts to get some really good stuff out of a workout, okay? a lot of times I see people and they'll jump in and work out and they'll fight their way through it, okay? Fighting, because they can't quite find what they're after, okay? And so you end up getting off and you're like, man, I don't know if I achieved anything today, didn't feel that great, etc. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we're building up to something that if you really just want to nail one or two of these pieces, that's fine, okay? If you don't want to finish the last two, I don't care, okay? If you just want to get up there and go, you know what, I'm going to smash these two, and then I'm going to probably be toast, sweet, okay? But we're trying to, every time we jump on the row machine, we want to try, okay? And I'll, inverted comma, try. I want to try and get some good out of it, okay? Try and achieve something that's going to make us better in the future, okay? Because if we keep getting on here, we don't keep achieving anything, we're just fighting against ourselves, it will become unenjoyable, okay? And already it's hard. I don't have to tell you guys that, okay? And so we've got to make sure we're looking for that benefit out of what we're doing, okay? So we're going to jump on 8 to 10 minutes of warm-up, as we normally do when we start getting up into pieces. We'll just start ticking the rating up, you know, around that sort of 24, 26, 40 seconds at 28, something like that. And then we'll be good to go. And then we'll just work through each piece, focusing on form and on the technique, getting ourselves moving, getting the flow of the machine, and we'll take that through each step. And then when we get to that last one, it's all up to you guys. Okay, we're all doing the same time, so I don't really care what that rating is. If it's only going to be 30 for you because that's as high as you go, that's fine. Remember, just play it by ear. But we're all here to think about technical cues, talk about bits and pieces. Okay. Hi, everyone. Looking at everyone coming in. Lots of people. Nice. Here we go. Okay. So let's jump on. Let's get ready to rock and roll. The other thing too, remember with this sort of stuff, when we get up in here, if you're still experimenting with drag factor, feet heights, bits and pieces, this is another chance, okay? Remember, doesn't necessarily need to be set where it's set for all your different workouts, okay? You can slightly adjust it. You bring your drag factor down a little bit, you'll get a little bit more freedom in rating, okay? And we know what the deal is with rating versus power, okay? You bring the rating up a little bit, means you've got to use less power. Speed might be the same, could be better, might be slightly slower, but it might feel a little bit easier, okay? So just keep experimenting, finding what you need to do as you go along, okay? Right, let's rock and roll. Coffee's going down. Let's lock it in, and let's start moving, okay? So just as we always do on the session, just start by however you like to warm up, how you like to stretch into things. Okay, I'm future a habit. All right, slowly build up. I don't know if it's from the years of running or the running I do now. I really feel like I've got to try and stretch out the calves a little bit to get a little bit more feeling of comfort when I get into that position just there at the catch. Okay, my hammies have never been great. So this allows me to just get that stretch going early. Okay, and then at the same time, because I'm not worried about my splits, I'm just worried about the feeling of my motion, my pickup. Okay, really starting to feel my engagement, the flat drive, the hang that I'm going to try and achieve, throughout the workout. Okay, and that's the good part about the warm-up, is that you start off slow. Okay, heart rate's going to get up reasonably quickly. Should have started that myself, actually. And just over the period of time, just slowly adding and adding and adding as you feel loose, as you feel the breathing starting to increase. You might just feel the body temperature. Pretty warm in the shed today. Still summer over here, thankfully. Okay, and just as you get out to more of a comfortable position, however long that takes, just slowly and surely just adding just 1 or 2%. Every couple of strokes, every 5 strokes. So as we get further and further into this warm up, okay, team. Let me know how that goes. We're good? I think we're good. We're back. We're back. Okay, that was really bizarre. Okay, not lying. We've never had that happen again. Here we go. Okay, right. Hopefully you finished your warm up. Doesn't matter because we'll be warming up through a bit of this stuff here. Okay. Now we're back here. Let's rock and roll. What set would you like? No, Sammy, we haven't started. Okay, that was only just the warm up. About to start now. About to start sets now. Okay. So, yeah, here we go. That is very bizarre. Have to check up on that one. I'll ring up my internet company and give them a rev up. Okay, here we go, team. Okay, let's get ready to set our session. Okay, new workout, intervals, time, 1 minute, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Oh, no, don't want that one. Intervals, time, 2, 3, 4, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Hopefully we won't lose track of time. Okay. So, as I say, first couple, we're gonna work on our form, our rhythm, get a good intent to what we're doing, and then as we increase, we look for more speed, focus on the form, okay, and we're going to nail it when we get down to these bottom 4, which are what we're after, okay? So, here we go. Set him ready. Just bloody start the heart rate. Right, here we go. Minute on, minute off. 24. Nice and easy. Here we go. Are you ready? Attention. Rope. Okay, so just get into a nice flow. Look for good pressure. Okay, we're not quite maxing it out. We want to have good speed and we want to use all our body. We want to get into a rhythm, this continuous motion, do the push, hang and swing. Use the free energy from our body weight and the swing, and the sequence of our stroke. Good. Hold the form. Just like that. Okay? Very simple. So, that's a gauge. Remember, I'm a fan of multiplying a couple of your sets. So you can do 1, Do the next one. Try and squeeze out. Try and perfect what you're doing at that specific rating, okay? This next one will be quicker because we're going to be rolling into it, okay? But hold that form, look for the motion, good intent, okay? And what we start doing here, we're going to take it right through the sets, okay, to the finish. So firming, moving in. Now, so have the patience. Remember to work the drive, cruise the recovery, relax. Switch off the muscles. There it is. Nice long hand. Good. Good rhythm. Nice. Holding this. This is really good. Body's warming up. Okay, good. Okay. Don't know about you guys, but that just started feeling really good. Really easy. Okay. Remember, in this recovery time, breathe into it. Just keep moving. Have a drink when you need it. Okay. And let's be prepared for the start of the next piece. Okay. So at 10 seconds, I don't want us to just be sitting waiting for it to tick down. We start feeling the pressure, start getting ourselves back into form. 3 or 4 seconds to go, we start putting in the pressure. Okay, so here we are. So 10 seconds, and we start to firm. Here we go up to 26. So we can move there into the line. Okay, so nothing's wasted. Okay, now we find our rhythm. Moving that a little bit quicker. Hanging. Work and rest. Breathing. So to that smoothness around the catch. Compression, feet. Roll in. Push away. Hang away. Right to the line. Nice. Okay, good. Okay, nice. So, as we increase these ratings, keep staying as relaxed as we can. Okay, yes, we're working hard, but if we form too much tension now, shoulders, tightness, hands, neck, all that area, when we get up into those later stages, those smaller muscle groups are going to be tight, it's going to hold against us. Okay, so nice, easy, continuous rhythm here, firming, building into it, moving in. Now, okay, sit back through the stroke. Leave the arms out long. Good. Okay, the flywheel is now moving We're just trying not to let it slow down. Smooth picker. Body compression. Feel it on the feet. Hands around the finish. Nice and flat with the chain. Good. Breathing. Right through the line. Nice. One more meter. The small goals that count. Okay, so good couple of pieces. Get this session started. Okay. Now we've really got to start focusing on our efficiency. Okay. And our intent to what we're doing. So our drive versus recovery, getting our ratios, but at the same time, using all the parts, the body motion through the drive. Okay, that swing, and then allowing the machine to bring us forward, picking up smoothly, keep the flywheel spinning. Firm. So 28. Here we go. Now. There it is. Sit back into it. Remember, shouldn't be maxing it out. Should have good intent. Remember, drive, recovery. This is good. Okay, hold this motion. Hold the rhythm. Flywheel. With that smoothness. Around the turns. Stay loose. Stay relaxed. Good. Okay. Nice. So, really good. Okay. We can feel ourselves now having to catch up with our breath and everything after each piece. Okay, so we're getting into this good solid working zone. Keep it relaxed and flowing. Let's really sit into this next one at 28 and just really focus on this flywheel, picking it smoothly around the front, keeping everything going. Okay, here we go. Firming, bringing it up, moving in. Now, good. Okay, that's it. It's really good. Once we hit that speed and that rating, we find the efficient place to maintain our form. Breathe into it. Focus the hands around the finish. And loose. Brush the body. Flying away with the bungee. Good. Okay. So, half the workout done. Right there. Okay. We've used that first part to build up to a really nice, efficient flow. We're starting to feel it now, okay? So in the next couple of sets, just make sure now we're focusing on that speed. We're focusing on the point where we make the machine go, which is around the front, and really looking for that relaxation as much as we possibly can on that recovery, okay? We've got to start to firm. We're going to have to add a little bit more power now. Here we go. Now, don't worry about the length to start. Find something natural to get the speed. Now that we're here, work, rest. Feel the ratio. Long arms, no tension. Sit back. Let the body do the work with the legs. Breathe. Good. Stay loose. Nice. Okay. Breathe. Keep moving now. Okay, really good so far. Same focus again for this next one. Remember, when I talk about natural length, if it feels like you're getting to here for the first part, once you've got the rating, feel if you can lengthen it out, feel if you can keep it going. But first and foremost, get it up to speed, up to rate, then up to speed, then look for our rhythm. Here we go, firm, moving in. Now, loose hands around the finish. Brush the body. No need to hit the body, create a bruise. We need to keep the hands with the motion, the speed. Good. Right, sit back. Feel the body and the legs through the hips. Smooth pick up. Don't make it heavy. All the way. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Okay, now you guys keep, I'll do the talking. These 4 pieces. Find sustainable rhythm, very good intensity, but with the ability to have some clarity. Okay? No rating, cap, do what you feel. This is open, but it's sustainable rate. Something that you feel like you could use for a certain piece. Okay? I think I'll be somewhere between 32, 34. So, firming, moving in. Yeah, now. Find something, sit into it. Make it as relaxed as you can. so that it can be sustainable. Focus the front, hands around the back. Good. Hold. Move the body. Breathe. Good. Okay, nice. Okay, so we're working hard. Make sure it doesn't feel like we're tying up. Okay, try and stay as loose and relaxed as we possibly can. Okay, this next piece, try and do a little bit better than that one. Okay, be brave. Look for that work, that rest ratio. Use our whole bodies. Hear me? Building. Yeah. Okay, find your rhythm. Sit back. Smooth around the front. Hang under the armpits. Push. Swing. Use the body. Compress. Nice. Okay, really good. This is solid. This is hard. This is testing. Okay. Breathe it in. 2 more to go. Okay. Really, these last 2, imagine in your head, 3rd quarter of a 2K, 3rd quarter of 1,000. All you want to do is stop. Find the efficient rhythm, tap it along, keep it moving. Come with me. Let's do it together. Moving. Now, breathe. Find the breathing. Hang. Push. Relax. Quick the front. Around the back. Open the mouth. Sit back. Good. Okay. Breathe. 1 more to go. Okay, we feel like we're ruined. Okay, we're gonna move into this. We're gonna keep it free. We're gonna breathe right from the word go. We're gonna find our rhythm, move our hands. I'm gonna sit back into it. Last 30 seconds, really mind over matter. Firm, go. Natural length. Breathe. Hang. Finish. Push. From the front. Speed of the legs. That's it. Bring it home. With the rhythm. That's it. Push. All the way. High fives. Right, don't stop. Okay. Fantastic work, team. Okay. That's what we call a good punchy session. Okay, let's reset our memory. And that should store your pieces. You go back and have a look at them. Okay, each one. Have a look at the change in speed, the rating. Okay, give you a good understanding of the progression. Also helps, there was one particular piece that you really liked. You felt like you were doing everything the way that you wanted it to happen. Okay, and you want to find the speed. You go back, have a look, okay, and be like, yep, you beauty. Okay, but we'll have to row this one out for a little bit. Okay, after a bit, have a drink if you need, but just remember the first 2 or 3 minutes, you just need to keep the muscles moving because that asks for the oxygen, starts flushing out the lactic acid. Okay, we stop, we lay on the floor. Yeah, feels good because we don't have to do anything. This will feel better after 5 minutes than you will with 5 minutes on the floor. Okay, I know it's hard, I know it sucks. Imagine a track cyclist. It's one thing I've never been able to get my head around. They do this massive effort and cross the finish line. They've still got to keep pedaling. I was like, holy moly. Okay, so it's people worse off than us. We actually get to just take a breather. Okay, but really good focus today. Sorry about the disruption at the start, but if you progressed well through the first few blocks of the set, okay, it sets you up for having a really good push at some speed towards the end, okay, in those 4 to really go, you know what, I'm warmed up, the body's in a good place, even though physically you're probably like, man, I feel like I'm a bit tired, I still feel like you've got to find the balance between when your body's actually done too much and not enough, okay? And yes, there is a standard deviation for it all, but I still feel like a lot of people underdo themselves for when they go to do something, okay? We've all been there, okay? We've done many sets. Anyone that's been on the live stream or done the programs, you'll know that there's a certain point where you'll be like, you know what? Second set was better than the first. Or actually, the third set was better than the first and the second, depending on what it is, right? But you'll tend to find that the first parts of it may not necessarily be the best of the workout, okay? And if that's the case, keep searching for where you feel like you're in a really good space, head space, fitness space, heart rate, bodies, muscles, everything, because that's what you need to do before you try and have a go at like a personal best or something like that, okay? It's very hard to do a lot, not going to lie, if you're like, oh, I'm going to see how far I can go in an hour, okay? That's a bit different. That requires a little bit of warm up in that first sort of 4 or 5 minutes of the piece. But for everything else, it's about finding where you felt the best. So that was why that forward open rate was left up to you to find what you felt comfortable and to have a good nudge at it. Okay, now, if it was the first couple were good, last couple was shit, don't care, good. You know where you were at a really good space. Now, if they got better or you were able to maintain them, that's a really good place to be, okay? Yep, you might have felt like you were more exhausted, more tired after each rest period, but if you could bounce back and then be able to produce the goods, okay, that's really good. Shows really good fitness, good stamina, okay, that ability to be able to work the body, find a rhythm as well, okay? That's one of the crucial things. That's what we do here, is to find our rhythm, find that relaxation in the stroke, which then allows us to be as efficient as possible in doing whatever we're doing, okay? Right, I am sweaty. Okay, so great session, team. Okay, really, really good. If you weren't expecting to do anything super high today, I apologise. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, yes, of course I do. It's just a matter of getting a really good mixture in your training programs, okay? But then also on the app, on YouTube and stuff as well. So it allows you to go back and try these types of things again, okay? If you're struggling with any parts of your stroke, or you feel like there's a certain rating you're not hitting, you know, or you're not comfortable at a certain space, just go back through the library and have a look at some of the workouts that are there and just revisit them, okay? You know that you could probably skip through the warm-up. There's nothing really longer than about 45 odd, maybe 50 minutes might be one of our longest ones, okay? So you know that there's a good period of time there. Plus, you'll still be getting very good similar cues from myself, which will allow you to find what you're looking for, okay? And so, yeah, plenty to look at, plenty to go by. As I say, we're all here for your improvement. Be brave. The last word was just a blur. 38 at the limit of my ability. Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing with a lot of these, though, Mr. Robro, is that if I got you to do 12 or even 10, even 8 straight off the bat, and you just went straight into it, and this is the conversation I was having just before as well, is that going straight into high intensity, you click your body into an anaerobic space, okay? And so you're producing lactic acid, and the body can only use the lactate as the energy, okay? And your muscles will tie up, and it'll be horrific. There is a time and a place for that, okay? But at the same time, we've built through the aerobic zone, and we've touched on anaerobic, we've touched on anaerobic again, we've touched on anaerobic again for a little bit longer period. Then we get into this part, so the body's sitting there going, I can use both sorts of energy to do what we're doing. And yeah, the rating's high, but at the same time, just trying to find that efficiency to maintain what you're doing. And yes, you should have been absolutely rooted by the end of that one, because that's what we were trying to do is put yourself right out into that pain threshold, but have a good place to build up to it, okay? Rather than being in the pain cave from the first set going, oh my God, how am I going to get through 10? And they progressively get slower and slower and slower, okay? I don't really think that that's a great place mentally for people to be. I feel like if you build into things and you do some sets, they might have got a fraction slower, they might have got a fraction faster, okay? But they're not going to be slower, which is what happens when you do high intensity anaerobic. The first one should almost be the fastest, and then from that point on, you're just hurting yourself and in the pain cave. And that's great for pushing some limits in the anaerobic space, but I feel like most people on the channel here aren't into the, I'm just going to see how fast I can do a minute every other week. Okay, I feel like we've got a good mixture of people here that are a bit more aerobic based, a bit longer period of stuff. Okay, and so that's why we do what we do today. I think there's still a program with my screen. Erica's gone really fast. Really good, thank you. Oh, yeah. Was that because I was speeding up in that last one? Probably. Chris, thanks, Eric. It was great. I found my erg moving forwards and backwards at 30 strokes a minute, even with Concept 2 mat. Is my catch all wrong? Most of the time, it is really just, like even on the mat, if the mat's on a really slippery surface, or even on carpets, some carpets they slip on. It's a hard one to tell if it's still slipping. The only real way, and a lot of them come down to how worn the grip is on the bottom. You might be better off putting some weight or something in the front and in behind, because what can happen is if you're a smaller guy. Like Hamish used to move his machine all the time, and he'd put weights in behind it all the time. I think my body weight was holding it down a little bit more, and it wasn't really kicking backwards and forwards. So if you've got a really good power to weight ratio, it could be just that you're just moving the machine more because you've got not as much weight on the machine as you're producing the power. So just probably try some things on the front and back. I think that's probably one thing you could do. Yeah, Chris, you're just really strong. Michael, when I did the stream, did a 9-minute steady state, and Peter Sensei didn't, then did this. You'll be fine, Michael. I know that that'll be bloody marvelous. No troubles for a lot of you guys. You guys are always here, and I'm sure you're all fit as a fiddle. Okay, so great work, team. Everything explained there really well. Sorry about the little glitch at the start. Today was just literally about building into some stuff, having a good nudge, figuring out where you find yourself. As I say, there's always something you want to learn out of these sessions. Okay, maybe it was how much work you needed to do before you felt good. Maybe it was I went too hard and I blew up. Who cares? Whatever. Okay, but it's about finding different parts, and we're always working on that form and that technique. Always searching for that rhythm that is individual to all of us, which is how we all have individual times and splits and rating, etc. Okay, but just keep on focusing on making sure we can overall theme about the rowing machine. It's a continuous motion. It's all about the flywheel, not letting it slow down, and then for ourselves to be as efficient as we can, so that we can try and maintain a speed for as long as possible at whatever rate, etc., etc. Okay, so good work, team. We're back at the same time next week. Sorry, I have my boy this weekend, so he normally alternates between me and his mother's place, but that's why we've got 3 weekends in a row that are at well, this time, and then we'll start going back to some other ones later. Okay. But apart from that, thank you very much, team. All the best. Have a good week. Good wish of the weekend. Remember, social distance, wear a mask, go get vaccinated, do what you need to. And we'll get out of this one day. One day we'll be there. But until then, all the best. And we'll see you guys again next week. Thanks a lot, team.